Did you hear that couples therapy doesn't work? Or did you hear that couples therapy can only be beneficial if it's done by your pastor? Don't let misinformation hold you back from improving your relationship. Stay tuned to the end of this video where I'll be debunking 13 myths about couples therapy. Stay tuned. Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's so good to have you here. If this is your first time, where have you been? Please hit that subscription button so you'll know whenever I have another video coming out. Let's dive into today's episode. So you're interested in couples therapy, but you don't know where to start. You did a little research, you spoke to a few friends, and so far you don't really like what you're hearing. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm here to help you work through some of these myths because I want to help you get your relationship back on track today. So let's dive into the first myth. Couples therapy is only for married people. Absolutely not. Couples therapy is for anyone who's in a relationship. For those of you who don't know, I am a couples therapist and I don't only see married folks. I also see people who are dating. I also see people who are dating multiple people. Couples therapy is not designated just for married folks. So if you're dating and you believe that couples therapy could be beneficial for your relationship, go ahead. Try it out. So that myth is debunked, guys. The second point, couples therapy is only for couples on the brink of separation or divorce. Absolutely not. Couples therapy encompasses so much more than the relationship itself. Sometimes it's about parenting. Sometimes it's about how you communicate with each other. Sometimes it's helping your partner work through something that was traumatizing. So no, couples therapy is not just for people who are going through a separation or a divorce. So that's debunked. Point number 3, only one person in the relationship needs to attend couples therapy. Absolutely not. There's a reason it's couples therapy. The both of you need to be present. Now, there will be times that the therapist might require to meet with you individually, but that's not to take away from couples therapy as a whole. This is just an opportunity for the therapist to get to know you on a different level and possibly help you to work through some things as an individual. So, of course, that's debunked. Point number 4, couples therapy will make the relationship worse. I want to know where y'all be getting this information from. Now, granted, every therapist might not be a good fit, and you hold the keys to determine whether or not you want to keep using that therapist. It's your responsibility to take ownership of your relationship. And if you feel like your therapist is causing more harm than good, it's your responsibility to say enough is enough. This is not going to work. I'm out. So that's debunked. People tend to not realize how much power they have as it pertains to therapists. I mean, we're not gods. We don't demand and control you. If something doesn't work for you, you're free to leave. You're free to say, this doesn't work for me. You're free to say, can we try another approach because this isn't working? Just something to think about. Point number 5, couples therapy is time consuming and requires a long-term commitment. Long-term commitment is subjective. And if you've seen previous videos, you know I've mentioned that before. Therapy can last from a few weeks, a few months, to even a few years. It really depends on what's needed and what you're comfortable with. So for some people, 3 months might be a long time, whereas for other people, a year is just what they need. What are some of the other myths that you've heard about as it pertains to couples therapy? Share them in the comments. I definitely want to hear your perspective on couples therapy and what you think about it and what you've been told about it. Go ahead, leave those in the comments and let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go back to these points. Point number 6, couples therapy comes best from your church pastor. Now, I'm going to lean in for this one because I don't want to get in trouble, but unless your pastor is a licensed counselor or therapist, you shouldn't be telling them your business anyway. Here's why. Legally, they're not bound to keep your secrets. And we've seen it plenty of times when pastors have taken to the pulpit and they were preaching about you. To avoid that, it's recommended to seek professional help from someone who is trained. Now, don't get it twisted. There are some pastors who are trained and they're legally obligated to keep your business to themselves. If not, you can sue them. Yeah, you can. So be mindful when you decide to reach out to your pastor for counseling or for support with issues relating to your marriage or anything for that matter. Again, if they are not licensed and not properly trained, then there's nothing that's preventing them from going on that pulpit on Sunday and preaching about your business. Okay? All right, let's move on. Point number 7. One person in the relationship has to change in order for couples therapy to work. I don't agree with that. I think both parties have to change. I'm not saying that it has to be this significant overhaul. No, sometimes it's the small things. Sometimes it's showing appreciation. Sometimes it's communicating better. Sometimes it's budgeting your finances better. Couples therapy doesn't require you to become a whole brand new transformed person overnight. We believe in providing tools that will help you make the baby steps you need until you're comfortable enough to take bigger steps, until you're in a place where you can decide whether or not you want to change. We don't change you change you. Point number 8. Couples therapy isn't effective with handling infidelity. My question for this is, if couples therapy can't help you through infidelity, then what can? Nah, seriously, what can? Like, if you know the answer to that, please leave it in the comments. I'm curious. Because the last I checked, couples therapy is the perfect place to be if you're trying to work through infidelity. Now, granted, it might take a little time and it varies from couple to couple, but couples therapy is known to help couples work through infidelity. So if you have dealt with infidelity and you're in a place where you're trying to rebuild your relationship, find a couples counselor, a couples therapist who is skilled and trained in helping people work through instances of infidelity. So, of course, that method's debunked. Point number 9. Couples therapy is not effective for addressing financial or parenting issues. Absolutely wrong. I said it in the beginning of the video. Couples sometimes come to therapy not because they're having any ailments, but more so because they're struggling with how to handle things at home, whether that is different parenting styles, whether that is how to deal with punishment or how to deal with rewards. Parents need support, and couples therapy is a perfect place to get that. When it comes to finances, even though we're not financial advisors, sometimes having the perspective of a therapist can help couples figure out how they want to handle their finances. And usually it boils down to a lack of communication. I tell my couples all the time, and I'm going to share it with you, the biggest secret, one of the biggest secrets I have, just come, listen. If you can effectively communicate, you can master anything in your relationship. So think about that. Sometimes couples come in because they want to learn how to communicate. And I find that once they do that, everything else in their relationship comes easier. So think about that. Point number 10. We're getting close to the end, y'all. Couples therapy is only for couples who have failed in other areas of their relationship. Absolutely not. And what is this failure? Yeah, we might not do things at the level at which we would have wanted to, but that doesn't mean we failed. That just simply means that we didn't meet our goal. Couples therapy can sometimes help us reevaluate how we approach different aspects of our life. For example, if you find that you're spending a lot of time working and not enough time on the relationship can start to lag. Couples therapy is the perfect place to help you find that balance to get that relationship back on track. Point number 11. Couples therapy is only for heterosexuals. Absolutely not. We live in a heteronormative society, meaning we're used to seeing men with women. It's a part of society, it's what we've known, it's what a lot of people consider quote unquote normal. But the reality is, there are more types of relationships outside of just heterosexual relationships. Couples therapy is beneficial for anyone who is in a relationship. So you and your partner, doesn't matter how you identify, as long as you're in a relationship, couples therapy can be beneficial to helping you heal the parts of your relationship that's broken. Point number 12. Couples therapy is only for couples who have been together for a long time. You already know the answer, right? You do. That's not necessarily the case. Again, time is very subjective. A year could be a long time, whereas for other people, 5 years could be a long time. It really boils down to what you feel you need for your relationship. I've worked with couples who've been together for 6 months. And because they're intentional about where they're trying to go, they're working with a couples therapist to work through whatever issues they have now so they don't have to deal with it later. They're being proactive. Where do you stand on it? And finally, couples therapy is only for couples who have been through major crises or traumatic events. I said this in the previous video. People who have gone through trauma, going to therapy is very important and it's something I highly recommend. But you don't have to have that experience in order to come to therapy. Not every couple has experienced traumatic events, and you don't have to wait until something traumatic happens before you seek help for your relationship. So after debunking these myths, I hope that you're now in a place where you're comfortable to start your journey in couples therapy. If you don't know where to start, I'll help you. In the show description, you're gonna find a link to a therapist in your area. And here's the kicker. The first month, you get 20% off on me. I want you to find a therapist because I believe that therapy is essential to making you guys better versions of yourselves and overall helping your relationship. If this is something you're interested in, go ahead, click the link in the show notes and find a therapist near you today. Now, guys, you know I like to keep it short and sweet. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it, please share it. And if you have not already, please go ahead and hit that subscription button so you'll be alerted whenever I have a new video that's out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until we meet again, please take care.